Hey everybody, it's RLCLONED, and welcome to a new series on my channel. This series is going to be Fire Emblem, as you can tell by the title here. What my plan is for this series is I'm going to be playing through every single GBA Fire Emblem, and maybe the DS ones, because Fire Emblem happens to be a passion of mine, and I really love the game series. So, I'm definitely going to try my best to actually continue the series, unlike other things I've done on my channel, but other stuff they did was like Minecraft, which gets pretty boring for me personally. But this game, I can just never get enough of it. It's amazing. So I'm going to play this game as if you've never even heard of Fire Emblem before. So I'm going to try to explain as best as I can. There are 3 lords in the game, so this part doesn't really matter. They're Hector, Ellawood, and Lyn. We're going to be starting off with Lyn's story, because if you were to just purchase this game right now, then you would have to start with Lyn normal mode, which is pretty much a scripted tutorial for Ellawood mode, which you are forced to do after Lyn normal mode. You can't go to Hector's mode until you beat Ellawood mode, so that's basically how it works. But once you beat Lyn and Ellawood mode, you unlock Lyn hard mode, which is basically Lyn's mode, but without any tutorials, and slightly harder. So I'm going to be doing hard mode because Lyn normal mode is very tutorial heavy, and it's just not even fun to play or even listen to, I assume, so I am definitely 100% just going to play hard mode. So let's get started. So the tactician system here is actually pretty interesting. So how the tactician stuff works is, well, so how it works is that you have to create your own name and your birth month, and your gender doesn't really matter, but all that matters here really is your birth month. I'm not 100% positive on this. Someone could correct me if they want to, but you have an affinity. Depending on the month, you have a different affinity. See how that icon is changing next to my name? I'm going with March, because March is wind affinity, and the majority of the characters in the game have a wind affinity. Well, not majority, but like, wind has the highest amount of characters in that affinity. And also, wind affinity happens to be a great support booster, which you'll learn about later. And that's the reason why I'm going to be using that. But basically what it does is it boosts the crit chance and crit avoid of your characters of that same affinity. So that's basically what it is. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's what I remember reading. So I'm not the best at Fire Emblem, but I certainly consider myself good at the game. So I think I know at least some things. Anyways, that's about it. You can pick whatever you want. July is also a good option. I recommend either July, March, or April, because lightning, fire, and wind affinities are very good affinities. So, anyways, let's get started. These are settings that I want to use. Let's get ready to play Lyn hard mode. Prologue. Girl from the plains. I will be playing this game one chapter an episode, by the way, just letting you know. Are you awake? I found you unconscious on the plains. I am Lynn, of the Lorca tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name is RLCLONED. What an odd-sounding name. Well, I guess it's not a real name, but pay me no mind. It is a good name. It is a good name. I like it. I see by your attire that you are a traveler. What brings you to the Sake Plains? Would you share your story with me? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. RLCLONED, wait here for me. Oh no! Bandits! They must have come down from the Burned Mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. That's all of them? I think I can handle them on my own. You'll be safe in here, RLCLONED. What? You want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? Ah, I see. So you're a strategist by trade. An odd profession, but very well. We'll go together. So unlike later games like Final Awakening and Fates, your avatar you do not play as, you are just simply him. So you don't actually do any fighting yourself, you just sort of control what happens in the battlefield. Anyways, over here. If you want to help, RLCLONED, I could use your advice. I'll protect you, so stay close to me. Alright, here we go. Now, how the game works is essentially a strategy game where you have all your different units. Right now, we only have Lynn. You press A on the character, and then you can move them around wherever you want in the blue area. And basically, your goal is to defeat all the enemies or complete one of the chapter goals. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to move further forward because we want to be able to kill this bandit. Alright, she says, let's close in and attack, but that's what you normally do on Lynn normal mode. Because on Lynn normal mode, it's scripted, because how it works is that you would attack the bandit, and the bandit would miss, and the bandit would attack you, and then you hit the bandit, and then you win. But in hard mode, there's a very, very real chance that when you attack the bandit could hit you, and then the bandit hits you on the return attack, and you game over in the first level, which would not be fun. So what you actually have to do is not close in an attack, but move a little bit away or next to him, whatever you want, as long as you're in his rage, and just wait for him to attack you. The reason why you'd want to do this is because, now look at this. Now I have the upper hand, because even if you were to hit me there and I'd be at 6 health, that wouldn't matter, because, what am I trying to show? Alright, so, because even if I had 6 health, my attack does 7 damage. So I would still, no matter what, because I have a 100% chance to hit, been able to kill him that turn. So that's what I'm going to do now. So luckily he didn't hit me, so I don't even need to use one of my vulneraries, which is a very handy thing to not have to use at this point. I'd like to keep as many as possible, but obviously if I need to use one, I will use one. So once again here, I could attack him, but you can see that he has a 40% chance to do 10 damage. But how Fire Emblem works is that no matter what the hit percentage is, they're going to hit if it's higher than 30 pretty much. And that's just how the game works. Fire Emblem logic just kind of sucks. My issue here was that I would not be able to kill him if he were to attack me twice. So I'm just going to go ahead and wait. See what he does. Maybe he'll miss. If he misses, that'd be great. Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to Bada the Beast? Perfect, he missed. That's great. Alright, now that he missed, we can actually wait again and guarantee our win without having to use a vulnerary, which is great. Because now he's going to attack us, and we are going to get in our 2 attacks, pretty much guaranteed. Oh, look, don't even take any damage. Perfect. You might have a no damage victory against this first match, which is actually better than you can do in the normal mode. And now, I have a very high chance of winning this battle right now, let's say. Here we go. Alright, perfect. Didn't have to use any of my vulneraries, so I can save them for a later, harder chapter. What? How? How did you... Now, sadly I don't think we're going to get the great level up bonus that you get from... Actually, that's not that bad. Because in Lyn normal mode, you will always get HP, strength, skill, and speed in your level up, which are Lyn's most important stats. So, now we're slightly under 10 minutes of time at the moment. So, what I'm going to be doing is, because I want all the videos to at least have some length towards them, I'm going to try to explain some stuff in this episode, and then I'm going to explain a lot of the rest of it in the next episode. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you stats and what they do, pretty much. So here we go. Here are the different stats in the game. Strength, skill, speed, luck, defense, resistance, movement, and constitution. And aid, of course. But now, some of these stats might not make sense. Some of them seem easy, like strength and defense. Obviously, attack power and defensive power. Not defensive power, but how easily you're able to take attacks. But the rest of them might take a little bit of explaining. So I'm going to explain them right now. So I'm going to go through them all. Strength is how much damage you'll do. Skill increases your critical hit chance, and also increases your chance to hit the opponent. Speed affects dodge, so the chance you have to dodge your opponent, so avoid. And also, if your speed is 4 higher than the opponent, then you get to attack twice, like you've been able to see in the past bit, because none of these early game enemies have 5 or higher speed. Sorry, 6 or higher speed. And they won't for a while, which is great for Lyn, because that means she'll be outspeeding a lot of things. But also, if the enemy has 4 more speed than you, then they will double attack you. But if it's anywhere in that range of 3, so for example, say an enemy had 5 speed, because it's not 4 difference, wait, it is 4 difference, crap, 6 speed. I'm bad. Alright, if an enemy had 6 speed, you both just attack once, and no one will be able to double. So, as long as you have a good amount of speed, you're probably not going to take that much damage, despite the fact that Lyn herself has not very much health, which is obvious as in hit points. Now, luck is a bit interesting. Luck affects very certain things throughout the game that I will explain when it happens. But for now, all you need to know is that luck decreases the chance of an opponent getting a critical hit on you. That's pretty much all you need to know right now. Defense, how easily you can take damage. Now resistance is how well you can take magic damage. Now here's what's interesting about that. You might notice that I just have strength and not magic. Well, for this game and all the GBA Fire Emblems, strength and magic was 1 stat. So, because they were just 1 stat, that means that you never have to worry about you gaining literally unnecessary stats in a specific area. So, for example, say Lyn got a magic boost. That wouldn't make very much sense because she only uses swords. Yeah, so that's what resistance does. And we're going to encounter some magical people later in the game that will have mage instead of strength. So now we have movement. Movement seems very obvious to me, maybe not to you guys, but movement is how many spaces your unit can move. I know, right? Revolutionary stuff right there. But some different spaces in the game can actually inhibit your movement, such as forests. That'll actually lower your movement by 1 when you pass through them. So for example, say you can move 5 spaces. If there's a forest in that way, you don't be able to move 4 spaces. Now for Constitution, this is a very interesting stat. It affects a couple things. 1, Constitution is your character's size. So because Lynn has Constitution 5, only characters that have an aid, which is the next set is bigger, can rescue her. Because she got such a low constitution, the majority of the characters in the game will be able to rescue her, so she will be out of harm's way for a lot of the game. And so I might as well go into explaining aid while I'm talking about that. So what aid is the number of aid is how high of a constitution you can rescue someone up to. Lynn can only rescue people with a constitution of 4 or lower, which is very rare in the game, so don't expect her to be rescuing a lot of your units. But the other thing about constitution, going back to that, is constitution also affects your speed in a way. Weapon weight. Something that is only in certain Fire Emblem games, not in many others. Weapon weight. That's what the WT is on the right there. Because her weapon weight is 5, Constitution minus weapon weight equals speed loss. So, if, for example, I had a 3 Constitution, because Iron Sword has weight 5, 3 minus 5 is -2, so that means she will lose 2 points of speed effectively from her low Constitution, which is why some of the higher Constitution and lower speed characters in the game can actually still double attack opponents who have a high speed but low Constitution. And that pretty much covers all the stats. I already explained affinities. TRV is travel, so what characters are traveling with the unit. So when you rescue someone, they'll show up next to TRV. And Cond in the bottom is condition, so sometimes in the game you can get put to sleep, or poisoned, or berserked, which you'll definitely find out about berserked. It's a little bit of an issue, but it'll only be encountered later in the game. And that's all I really want to talk to about right now, so let's seize this gate, which is one of the few ways to win a chapter in the GBA games. So let's go seize this gate and finish the chapter. Good work, RLCLONED. Let's go home. Good morning, RLCLONED. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Say, RLCLONED, I want to talk to you about something. You have some experience in the ways of war, I can see. Would you allow me to travel with you? What? You want me to get permission from my parents? My mother, my father, died 6 months ago. My people, Lorca, they didn't. I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain, and he wanted to protect our people. But I'm so young, and our people were old-fashioned. They wouldn't follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry. I've been alone for so long. No more. I will shed no more tears. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you. I'm better now. RLCLONED, I must become stronger, so that I may avenge my father's death. And your mother's too, maybe? Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here all alone. RLCLONED, tell me you'll train me, and you'll let me travel with you? Oh, I mean, guessing you continue the game. You will? That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be better off working together, I know it. You'll be my master strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. We can do it, right? That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and more will be revealed in the next episode. Chapter 1.